It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is the 14th of off the board of July. And I have this pin, which is kind of fun to take inspiration on. So I hope you enjoy the inspiration from this. So this is a list of national parks, which we've been to a few and we do enjoy them. And it talks about the best times to visit them. So it's Tuesday, so it's travel. So this is on my travel board, or one of them. And so it has all these different color strips, and those are based on the month, actually. But I am using up my kit. This is the Color Rush Studio July kit, and I have all of these branding strips. And so I have to admit, I have gotten very terrible at using my branding strips. So when I saw this pin, I was like, I bet I could use some branding strips to emulate these strips of color that you see for the months. So that is exactly what I'm doing. So I've pulled the majority of the branding strips, not all of them, but some of them. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put them on the left-hand side. So I did kind of contemplate layering them up so that they would be like a shelf for my photos to sit on. But I felt like it was a better representation by having them up and down, like in the inspiration piece that I have. So I have two photos. This is on our walk when we did the Boston Freedom Trail. And so there was this great fountain. I loved it. I love me some fountains. We seem to visit places when it's too cold to run a fountain, unfortunately. So this is a dry fountain. But in the background, you can see the church that actually has a picture on top of the top picture is of the church. And this is the Old North Church. So I did learn all about this church. We read all about it while we were on our walk. And do you think I remember to tell you about it? No, so I'm sorry. But it does have significance, and I'm going to have to look it up before I do my journaling for sure. So I decided to keep with kind of that up and down look. So I'm going to stack my photos on each other. And then I am going to do a little bit of embellishing. So I am going to grab the cut apart sheet, which I've already kind of cut into, and I am pulling a tab and it says noted. I'm going to put that on top of my picture here. And then I'm looking to see what else I can embellish. So my embellishments are basically just going to be where my photos are, because this great paper already has layers of tickets and like a compass and like a spreadsheet. Like it has all of that. So all of that is already pre-printed on the right-hand side, which is one of the most awesome things about 49 and Market Paper is they've done all of the work for you. So like normally we would make a paper like this ourselves, right? With our embellishments and that type of thing, but they made it already and they pre-printed it on there. So your layouts come together so quickly, or at least that's what I've noticed, is that my layouts come together super quickly because of that. So I did do a little like map print layered behind my top photo. I'm going to add one of the acrylic geotags up there. I've got a frame, like a slide frame down at the bottom. I added a key because, I don't know, these old buildings, they have these old kind of skeleton keys, and I think it's perfect. And then from the alphas, which are Scrabble tiles, I spelled out Old Church. I didn't have enough to do Old North Church. I think I was missing an H because church already has two H's in it. And I might have been missing a T, which I knew I could fix. Like, I wasn't worried about the T. I could make a T. The H, I couldn't really find anything to turn into an H. So I am going to use, I have some small black and cream alpha stickers from Pebbles. These are from 2012. So I did use some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to stick those down in the middle. And then I am going to back that like slide frame here with some pattern paper. So this actually might be, I might have made this after my layout for Thursday, now that I'm thinking about it. So there is a pattern paper that has a big map world circle in it, and I did cut that out. So spoiler alert, I cut that out. And so it doesn't leave much pattern paper, it just leaves these corners, but it was totally enough to just back this little slide frame, so that worked out good. And then I also added a tag, and I'm going to add a little tab die cut, and then I will add some frazzle into my tag. I'm going to go with the yellow and white stripe, and I'm just going to put it in and like let it stretch to the end of that pre-printed paper. And so I will just glue it down with a couple of dollops of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. But that is going to do it for this layout. I love how it came out. I think it was really fun to use this travel-inspired inspiration. So here are a couple of close-ups. I will have Color Rush Studio linked down below. You can always use my code 10Crystal, and that will save you 10% in the shop as well. And then I will have the playlist for Off the Board so you can see what everybody else is doing today. So remember to wear your crown, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.